irrigation from a barber surgeon, then for your day-to-day ailments, you'd probably visit the wise woman. And when you see some of the ingredients she used in her medicines, I think you'll understand why I've designated it a worse job. A wise woman was viewed with a mixture of fear and respect. She was an agony aunt, midwife and district nurse all combined. The church usually turned a blind eye, but there was always the risk of being tried for witchcraft. Remedies ranged from the common sense to the nonsensical. For instance, to cure warts, just take one eel.
Oh, he's wiggling.
Yep, it's alive.
You hadn't mentioned that to me. Right, where do I cut him?
Just about there. Just behind the fins at the front. That's it.
Oh,
yes, he will struggle.
I'm not surprised.
Yes. That's it. Oh. Got it?
Yes, done it.
Wonderful.
So
right.
Which bit do we want?
Now, it's this bit here,
yeah.
OK? And the idea is that to use it as a wart cure,
yeah.
you have to then rub it on the wart,
yeah.
Oops, on the affected area,
yeah.
thusly.
Yeah.
And then, obviously, once you've done that, you then take this out and you bury it, and then as this rots away, your wart will disappear, sir.
Does it work?
Apparently so. Apparently so.
Why have we got a load of worms and bits of string?
Well, apparently, this is quackery medicine at its best. If you go to a physician who isn't properly trained,
yeah.
then what would happen is if you had a sore throat, they would suggest, depending on the severity of the sore throat, whether or not you would have 1, 2, 10 or even 20 worms on a cord tied around your neck, alive as these are. And then the idea was that when these died and stopped wriggling, your sore throat would be cured.
So I'd just put them on like this?
Yeah, that's right, and they're supposed to go to next to your skin, so they go inside your shirt.
Right, you hold that.
OK.
Here we go.
They're rather cold and clammy, I'm afraid. Are we in?
Oh, I've got to put it in his mouth.
Sorry. Well, that's always one of the dangers.
Yeah.
OK? And then we basically just tie it off. And then, obviously...
Wise woman, have you noticed that the head of this eel is still wriggling as we speak?
Yes, they are notoriously difficult to dispatch.
Does that mean my wart's getting smaller, do you think?
No, it's when it has to rot away, so it's going to take some time, I'm afraid.
I think my sore throat's better.
Right, we shall take this off then, sir.
Oh. Wise women tended to be paid by barter. So they'd have traded their cures in return for a service like having a roof fixed or a supply of food. This was medicine for the poor. But natural herbs and ingredients often had genuine healing properties. What other cures have you got?
Well, we have nettles. Nettles are particularly good for arthritic joints. And the idea is that you actually whack the joint with the nettles. And obviously the stinging of the nettles stimulates blood flow. But the problem is that you also have the sting of the nettle.
Yeah.
Now, to counteract the sting of the nettle, what you do is you bruise nettle tips, and I have some here, and you basically just keep squishing them like that. And because you've bruised them, it's quite safe to pick them up, and then you rub that on the back of the joint, and it takes away the pain from the sting.
That really works?
It does work.
Come on, then, give us a sting.
Oh, right, OK. OK?
Yeah. Oh, blimey, a sting, not 19.
OK, now is that stinging?
Yes, it's stinging.
Right, OK, OK, right. You have to rub it quite vigorously.
That really hurt you.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I do apologise. OK.
All round there, yeah.
So you won't be troubled with arthritic joints this weekend.
You might if this doesn't work.
How's that feeling?
My hand still stings like hell.
Oh, right. Well, in that case, I think a pick-me-up is called for.
Oh, I'll have a pick-me-up.
OK. Well, I have some by the fire,
yep.
Which is bubbling away quite nicely, and it's worm stew.
It is worm stew?
Worm stew.
How do you make it?
Well, basically, take your fresh wormes, which we have in the pot there. I've already started to cook some of them down. We've mixed in bread, a selection of herbs, some water and some butter.
We know now that the worms would have provided the benefits of protein to an otherwise sparse diet, but boiling up weird ingredients could easily be construed as witchcraft. And if she was accused, there could be a high price to pay.
You would be arrested, you would have trials by ordeal, you would possibly have an open grate with an iron bar in and be made to pick it up and walk across a room and set it down without dropping it, and then your hands would be tied with bandages and they would be checked after 3 days, and if they were festering and showing no signs of healing, then you were convicted as guilty, because God would intervene if you were innocent.
I think your soup's bubbling. It's not burning, is it?
No. It's fine. I should think it's probably ready by now. It looks a bit black, but that's how it's supposed to look. There you go. Have a try of that.
Oh, some little lumps in it.
That's the worms. It's supposed to look like that.
It's quite hot as well.
Go on. You'll feel wonderful after it.
I wish I was dead. It tastes like phlegm that's slightly flavoured with chicken, doesn't it?
Yes, it does taste a bit like chicken and snot. Would you like me to take that back off?